Yo, look. This is for the Cowboy fans, 8th Wonder Jerry's World, yeah, we crowd those stands. Dak, he gon' spin it like a fan. And you know ID coming with it, Coach Quinn got the plan, yeah. Route like Irvin, watch for Cedric in the slot. See us try to gallop to the end zone, they can't stop. Dalton up the seam, Jarwin carving up your team. Tony Pollard, X Factor, Kellen Moore with the scheme. We applying pressure with Lawrence and Gregory. QB's getting sacked, can't relax, rehab therapy. Micah got a hit list, Jalen Smith hit stick. No escaping, Leighton got him craving with the pick six. Dig that. Kazi go kamikaze, the defense is solid. Find me in Dallas at Jerry's Palace among stars. Screaming Cowboy fans only, yeah. Screaming Cowboy fans only. This is for the Cowboy fans, 8th Wonder Jerry's World, yeah, we crowd those stands. Dak, he gon' spin it like a fan. And you know ID coming with it, Coach Quinn got the plan, yeah. This is for the Cowboy fans, 8th Wonder Jerry's World, yeah, we crowd those stands. Dak, he gon' spin it like a fan. And you know ID coming with it, Coach Quinn got the plan. Shout out J Tuck. Subscribe to his YouTube page, Cowboy Fans Only. CowboysFansOnly.com for all your merchandise. Cowboys stand up.
What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy J Tuck. Real Cowboys fans stand up, and you are now tuned into the Cowboys Fans Only channel. So if you're new, do your boy a huge favor, comment, like, subscribe, somewhere down there, right? And be sure to turn that notification bell to stay updated with all Dallas Cowboys content. Also, as I said the other day on the show, right? Salute to my guy 1988. He is a new subscriber to the CFO gang, and he said, y'all need to hit that damn like button. This channel never shows up on my feed, man. So definitely smash that like button, man, because we gotta get this content out, man. Think about it. There's Cowboys fans out there probably still watching First Take. They probably still watching Shin, like, because they don't know that channels like this and many others on YouTube are actually out there putting out great content, man. So definitely get that like button. I guess it helps with the algorithms. Y'all know I don't know none of that stuff, right? I just come on here and rock button, but the like button, it definitely makes a difference. So get those likes up. Let's get those shares. But tonight, y'all, I really ain't got much planned. I wanted to keep it very informal. We are going to turn on the phone lines so you guys can call in, because I know everyone who tuned in on Monday, there were so many comments going on when it was me, my guy Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk, also Space Cowboy and Joe Rod from CowboysBlog.net, that we couldn't get to all the questions, right? The chat was ringing off, and we appreciate all your support. So what I want to do is keep it very chill, very relaxed, and I want to chime in and get how Cowboys Nation, I want to check the temperature amongst Cowboys Nation, man, to see how you guys are feeling. We're going to talk about a few things where I stand position-wise, coaching staff-wise, just with this ongoing season. Like I said, we're going to turn on the phone lines, continue to call in, man. I just want to chop it up with you guys quickly here and get to it, man, because even though it's the bye week, there's still work to do, man. So salute to everybody in the chat, man. I see my guy Raymond in the building. I see Carlos in the building. My guy Kevin says, what's up, Tuck? Thanks for the non-stop content. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. You guys keep me going, keep me thriving, man. That's what it's all about. And the Cowboys are playing well, man. The Cowboys are playing well, and it's fun. Like I said, last year when I started this channel, man, it was hard. I ain't gonna lie. It was hard to come on here game after game, Monday after these horrible Sundays, man, and stay upbeat, man. But Cowboys Nation, the way things are thriving right now, I personally feel good as a Cowboys fan. So like I said, keep the questions coming, because I know everyone on Twitter had questions, Instagram, right? Tuck, what about this? What about this? What about this? Right? So I really couldn't get to all the questions. So ask questions below. We're going to have the phone lines on. Just call in, man. We're going to keep it lit, man. Salute to my guy, Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk, man. Definitely give him a follow if you aren't. What are you doing, man? My guy is one of the best out there doing it. So let's start, man. Let's start about how I'm feeling about this season. I'm feeling great. I am feeling great. And the reason why I am feeling great about this season is because it's what everything we spoke about in the offseason. Post-draft, we kind of had some ideas about where this draft class is going to be. Now, if we really dive into the draft class, y'all, this draft class is having a great impact already. You're seeing Micah Parsons. You're seeing Osa. You're seeing Chauncey Golston. And we still kind of waiting on Kelvin Joseph. And so these players that we're seeing early at the gate are already having an impact with this Dallas Cowboys team. And we all kind of said that, right? I know we had some funny nicknames like Team Toxic or whatnot, but you're seeing the youth is starting to transpire through the locker room. I mean, you constantly seeing Micah Parsons just being a competitor. He's out there playing that laundry shooting game. Actually, I want to play that game, y'all. Like the laundry game, now I ain't gonna put no $1,000 on it. I ain't gonna do all that, man, but I gotta put up a jump shot on one of those laundry things to see if I can actually hit it, because they make it look way too easy. And your boy Tuck got a nice jumper though. I was actually a basketball player before a football player, so I definitely can probably win a few rounds on the laundry shooting game, man. But you're seeing this youth, and as I said earlier in the offseason, man, Micah Parsons was going to be a spark plug and defensive leader with this team and this young defensive core, and you're already seeing it, man. So I appreciate it. What I'm seeing this far from these rookies. I got my guy Marcus Jones in the house, Bluff City in the house. Question. So he said, if you can get 2 major contributors from your rookie class, it's a major win. Anything more than that is a bonus. Osa and Micah are balling. Yeah, and that's where I agree. And you know me, bro. I was like, all these rookies aren't gonna play, right? You're not gonna play all these rookies that we drafted, but you're getting solid, like extremely solid contributors out of Osa and also Micah Parsons. Like, listen, y'all, as much as we love Micah Parsons, and he's that guy and he's a dog, Osa is having an incredible rookie season, y'all. Like, I don't think people really realize it because Osa's doing a lot of the dirty work. But Osa's having a great rookie season. You're seeing my guy Chauncey Golston starting to emerge a little bit, find his rhythm. You're also seeing Bohanna have some impact in the interior. So this rookie class is already making their imprint. And like I said, I feel like the final infinity stone is going to be when we finally get to see Kelvin Joseph out there. Because think about it, if our second pick of the draft has any impact in the variables between Osa and also Micah, we are going to be good, man. So I'm very excited about what I'm seeing from this youth core, man. So you got to be excited. A guy, DJ Dog, says 5-1, everyone's in a good mood. You would think that, bro, but there's some people on tour, they're still bitter. Now, there has been some kind of, Romo Dak thing. I'm not even sure what the hell's going on. I ain't been paying no attention to it, man. But for the most part, if you are a Cowboys fan, I've been saying this, you should feel good about what you see. Don't let anyone steal your joy from you. Don't let anybody say the Cowboys haven't played anybody. None of that. What you see from the Dallas Cowboys thus far, you should be extremely excited about it because we haven't seen anything like this. Even if you go back to Dak's rookie season, right? You had Dak, you had Zeke, we won the streak, we know how the story ends, right? But this team feels different. I felt like in 2016, it was more like a lot of unknown, right? They didn't know any better. We may have caught a few people by surprise with Ezekiel Elliott, tearing up the league his rookie season. Dak Prescott, really trying to emerge as a rookie. But now this season, the Cowboys have a different attitude. If you watch the sideline sounds from the sideline that the Dallas Cowboys release, man, just their confidence, their swagger, the way they carry themselves on the sideline, and that's coming from Dak Prescott, but from also this coaching staff, man. So this team feels different, and you got to be excited about that, man. You really got to be excited about that. My guy Carlos says 2014. Yeah, 2014-ish, but it's a different attitude. It's a different attitude, and I think for Cowboys fans, it might be just the simple change of not having Jason Garrett, right, versus switching to Mike McCarthy. I know a lot of Cowboys fans, for some weird reason, y'all, got pitchforks out about Mike McCarthy. And like I said on Monday, I was one of the people that was very vocal about Mike McCarthy last year, but day by day as the season progressed, he earned my respect. And I feel like even though he is not what Cowboys fans are looking for some odd reason, I like what Mike McCarthy is doing with this team. Because think about it, if we could trade it all, even though he only won one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, the consistency that he had in Green Bay, I would trade everything that we had in Dallas to get what Mike McCarthy was having. And that's what I've always been preaching on this channel, and even before I started this channel. I was tired of, boom, the Cowboys have arrived seasons, and then we fall off. And then the next season we bounce back, and then we fall off. And like, I was getting tired of that, and I feel like with Mike McCarthy and the talent that we currently have and what we're going to have in the future, we are going to see a lot more consistency when it comes to winning. Now, I know a lot of people have questions about Kellen Moore. How do we keep Kellen Moore? How do we keep Kellen Moore? Well, not to dive too deep into it, but if the Chiefs were kind of able to keep Eric Bieniemy, there might be some ways that we can keep Kellen Moore. Now, I know it's kind of different, stuff going on with that, but I feel like Kellen Moore is going to remain with Dallas. But here's the thing, y'all. Stop focusing on the offseason. Stop focusing on next year. Focus on right now, and what we have right now is different, and I like everything I see. See, my guy Joe from Italy, what's going on, bros? Appreciate you for chiming in. Connor Grant says, I am too confident when I don't see another L on our schedule. Maybe Arizona, but we get them at home, so I think that's a W. And here's the thing, Connor. Don't be ashamed or feel embarrassed or feel a certain way about being confident, right? Case in point, I live here in Kansas City, that many of you guys know. Last year, I had Chiefs fans come onto my channel, shout out to my guy Darren Smith. He was saying that the Chiefs were not going to lose a game. They were going to run the table after their Super Bowl. Why? Because he believes in their talent, and he believes in their quarterback in Pat Mahomes. Dallas Cowboys fans, pay attention. You should feel the same way about your team. We should be confident. As long as you have Dak Prescott out there on that field, it's okay to feel confident about where we're going to go as far as this season is concerned, man. So don't let people say, you're delusional. They like to throw that out as Cowboys fans. They like to say, you're delusional. You're a delusional fan. Nah, if we sit back, analyze this roster, analyze our team, analyze our schedule, we should be confident. If you go back, I even said this last year. The tweets are there, y'all. You give me my quarterback back, I don't fear nobody in the NFC or the AFC, and that's including the team in Kansas City. Dak Prescott is different. There's no more, we have to prove if Dak's elite. Like, let the Main Street media try to trick y'all. Like, let them talk. They got bills to pay. But we as Cowboys fans know what we have in Dak Prescott is special, and he's not top 10. He's not top 15. Hell, right now he's top 3. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can clip it, whatever. Top 3 quarterback in the NFL. So don't feel ashamed about being confident about where we currently stand. Now, there are some things that we do need to clean up, and we're going to talk about that, but I agree. Carlos says, Kirsch showed some leadership after that big play we gave up. Yeah, and salute to my guy, Professor O, man. Once again, congratulations on the Cowboys wire for our guy, Professor O. He was preaching J-Ron Curse early. I know my guy Mendoza was kind of preaching J-Ron Curse early. J-Ron Curse, outside of Dan Quinn, so I know a lot of people like to say, oh, Dan Quinn, is the best free agent addition that we've have added to this roster. He is a complete difference maker. And here's my thing. I know J-Ron Curse been kind of going with some people on Twitter. Here's what I'm saying with J-Ron. If he just works this week and next week on swiping at the ball when it's in the quarterback's hand, the impact is going to increase. If you watch his pass rush versus Mac Jones, there was 3 opportunities for a strip fumble. He just didn't go for the ball. And so if he kind of gets that mentality, but he's a jackknife, he's a jack of all trades. He's able to play some linebacker. He's able to play safety. He's able to cover. He's able to blitz. Like I said on Twitter the other day, a lot of us talked about J.O.K., who was drafted by the Browns coming out of Notre Dame, right? He is that version for us as the Cowboys. He can do a lot of things. And honestly, if I'm the Cowboys, you got to find a way to keep this guy on the roster next year because he can do so many things. My guy at Rome says, bro, I'm tired of the McCarthy slander. He's doing his thing, in my opinion. Yeah, and here's the problem. Rome. People don't want to give Mike McCarthy the credit for the small things that fans overlook, right? We praise. Oh, Dan Quinn's turning things around. Our secondary and Trayvon Diggs is playing so much better. Well, if it's, if my memory serves me correct, it's Mike McCarthy making these coaching decisions to bring a player of Dan Quinn's caliber. Mike McCarthy he probably could have kept his homeboy and Mike Nolan last year if he wanted to. But that's the decision that Mike McCarthy laid and said, hey, bro, thanks for everything you've done for me in my career. We're going to be cool, but this ain't working. You got to go. He could have came and made an excuse. He could have said, hey, it was a COVID season. We want to kind of give him a chance to adjust and bring. No, he said, listen, this is not working. I want to go get this guy in Dan Quinn. He bring in George Edwards. He bring in Joe Witt. He's bringing in these guys as far as his coaching staff to actually help. He is stepping out of the kitchen and letting Kellen Moore cook. And so you got to give Mike McCarthy credit for that. You do. The roster. We have never, y'all. Listen, we know that DeMonte KZ has had his situation, right? So hopefully everything's good with him. But honestly, as a Cowboys fan, when you saw the news about DeMonte KZ yesterday, were you thinking, oh my God, season's over. What are we going to do if he gets suspended? No. You're just like, all right, cool. Because we now have depth on our team, and you have to give Mike McCarthy some credit. Now, is he the best clock manager and in-game decision maker? Absolutely not. But there's a lot of people and a lot of coaches who struggle. Andy Reid struggles with that. I mean, you see so many coaches around the NFL. I mean, my guy Rome said it last night about the Bills game. If that was Mike McCarthy, everybody would have been blown up, right? Oh, no, actually, Monday night. I'm confused. We're on Wednesday. But yeah, about the Bills game. If that was Mike McCarthy, everybody would have had something to say. But since it's not, no one really cares, man. So we got to be more lenient with Mike McCarthy. And when we have everything unfold, we'll talk about that in the offseason. As of right now, Mike McCarthy is doing his damn thing, and kudos. Now, he lies a lot, but it is what it is. Let's see here. My guy Joe says, Cedric Wilson's been playing great. What will you do when he comes back? It's going to be interesting to see how they handle it, because I've been saying this, Joe. Michael Gallup gives us a dynamic that we really don't have, but we really at this point don't need, right? And so I feel like when it comes to Cedric Wilson, things fit a lot easier because he is a true slot wide receiver, and so it's a simple plug and play. Now, my guy Professor O, he just posted earlier about the Cowboys using a lot more 12 personnel, which means 2 tight ends with Jarwin and also Schultz, than they did last year. And a lot of that probably has to do with having 2 healthy tight ends. And so it's like, how does Kellen Moore really work Michael Gallup back into the scheme of things? Because when you watch Cedric Wilson play, he's the perfect fit for that slot position. But also you got to think, now if you add Gallup back, you kick him to the outside, now you put CD back in the slot, or Amari Cooper back in the slot, which opens up so much more, because typically that's going to be their third best corner. And so it's going to be interesting to see how Kellen Moore does it. But Cedric Wilson is still going to be a critical part of this offense, and especially after Sunday. That was a great catch. That was a big time catch from Cedric Wilson on 4th down to go and get that ball like he did, man. So Cedric Wilson's reps may diminish when Gallup comes back, but he's still going to be a valuable piece of our offense. Let's see. Connor Grant says, if we can improve our red zone efficiency, we probably should score 50 plus a couple times this year, as long as they don't let Cooper put in Cooper Rush too early. Yeah, I agree. Now, there are some things that we need to clean up, but now you also got to think about this, y'all. We've been screwed in the red zone a little bit. We've been screwed in the red zone a little bit, because we all know we scored on Sunday on 3rd down. We know we scored versus Philly. But the thing I like about our red zone is that Dak Prescott is going for the kill. And I said this Monday, like Dak is not just taking the simple check down throws. He's going to strike and he's striking. Like, and you're seeing like some, like even the pick that happened on Sunday, right? He had Cedric Wilson open, but he was just gunning it, going for the kill, going for the points. And so it's more about Dak's mentality. So we have some cleaning up to do in the red zone, but as of right now, I'm not as concerned about red zone scoring as I was in previous seasons because the talent is there. And you add a Michael Gallup back, that just adds another threat. So I'm not really concerned about it, but there are some things that we can improve, which definitely is protecting the ball, especially in the red zone. Al Harris was a Mike McCarthy hire. Joe Philbin too. He doesn't get credit for those. Yeah, Matto. Like, he don't get no credit for that. No. You know, and here's the funny thing about Mike McCarthy. I clearly remember, salute to my Star Gang family, being on that show, and I was the one pouting about the possibility of losing Kellen Moore. Nobody cared, but now Kellen Moore, we're throwing rose petals at his feet, we can't lose him, and I'm like, bro, where was this energy in the summer? But you gotta give Mike McCarthy credit for what this team is doing, and the focus is different. Like I said Monday, what are you seeing a lot of the players tweet online or on Instagram or wherever you follow them? 1-0. They're taking it week by week, game by game. And there's a new confidence, right? Going forward on 4th down, 4th and 1, opening drive, on the road, in New England, Bill Belichick, and say, nah, go for it. Who cares? Who cares? That's a mentality coming from your head coach. And I've always said that your team typically mirrors your head coach. Well, you're starting to see it. You're starting to see this new arrogance, this new swagger when it comes to this Dallas Cowboys team. You have to give Mike McCarthy credit for that. See, DJ Dog says depth at the safety position is a luxury we have not had since the days of Woodson, Washington, and Thomas Everett. Yeah, it feels different. We have such an abundance at safety. It's like, what do we even do with it? Like, I don't even know what to do with it all. It's like, you know what I'm saying? We got Donovan Wilson coming back now. You got KZ kind of going through a situation, but Malik Hooker is starting to play a little bit better as well. Then you have J-Ron Curse. And so it's really trying to get in where you fit in. Now, let's see here. Haven't seen much of the Vikings this year. How are they looking? Now, I haven't really dove into the Vikings film. I was about to, and then something said Tuck is a bye week. Chill, bro. Chill. So I haven't dove in heavily. Now, I will say this when it comes to the Vikings. The Vikings will be our toughest matchup defensively besides Tampa Bay. And the reason why is I said we're going to be tested at both facets of the game because they have Justin Jefferson, they do have Adam Thielen, so they do have two dynamic wide receivers, and then you also have Dalvin Cook as well at the running back position. So we're going to be tested, but these are the games that I like to see. If you go back to last week, I said when we play the Patriots, Bill Belichick is going to test us, and if we have any holes, he's going to expose it. So it's nice to really get that check to see, all right, what happens if we do play a team and they fully just commit to taking Zeke and Pollard in the run game away? How will things unfold? And we're seeing that if that was to happen, Dak Prescott and his wide receivers they'll still be on par, man. So it's really good to see. Let's see here. Yeah, Matt says they look a lot like the 2019 Cowboys in every game, struggle to put teams away. Maybe that's due to Xavier Woods being out there. Tyrone Church says, I'm okay with losing Kellen Moore because the next OC is the quarterback coach. Here's the thing, y'all. I don't think that we're going to lose Kellen Moore like everyone's thinking. Because if Kellen Moore wanted to bounce and become an NFL head coach, he probably could have pushed a little bit harder last year and did it. Right? If that's what he's really wanting to do. Now, it just depends on the conversation because they obviously had some type of conversation where Jerry's like, no, don't take the easy money and be pretty much a coaching god in Boise, your alumni, right? Your alma mater, but come back to Dallas and be an offensive coordinator, right? So I feel like there's a conversation, and Jerry is the ultimate salesman, y'all. Gotta trust Jerry on this. He's the ultimate salesman, and he sold Kellen Moore on something. Now, what does that mean for Mike McCarthy? I don't know. Does he have to look over his shoulder or whatnot? I don't know what that means. But as of right now, I'm not really worried about losing Kellen Moore, even as explosive as his offense is. And you also got to think, y'all, Kellen Moore coached under Jason Garrett, right? But you're seeing Kellen Moore extend and elevate to another level That's kudos to Mike McCarthy. Let's see here. DJ Cowboys win 5 in a row, and all the television announcers are saying how Quinn and Moore will be head coaches. They say that about no, they don't, because they want that to be the divide. They want that to be the divide, is that what can tear this up, right? Because they don't want this. These major networks don't like us. You know, even though it's good for them, they don't, because it doesn't really give them much to talk about. So they think about how can they divide this Cowboys team up and separate it. And it's just like tearing up our coaching staff. It's gonna make the difference. Did Patrick Peterson on IR, won't face him luckily? Yeah. So I feel like offensively we should fare well versus the Vikings, but defensively they have enough firepower to put a little blood in their mouth. Connor Grant, does Joseph take away reps from J. Lou? I'm excited to see him play. Kelvin Joseph is an interesting topic, man. And, you know, we've had lithium conversation about Kelvin Joseph. I just, at this point, you saw what Al Harris had to say yesterday about Anthony Brown. I don't think that Anthony Brown is going to come off the field. He's not. And you would be a damn fool to take Anthony Brown off the field and disrupt things, how things are currently going with Anthony Brown playing opposite side of Diggs. So that's not going to happen. Jordan Lewis, though he hasn't really jumped off the screen, he has played decent as your nickel corner. So I don't think Kelvin Joseph will be competing with Jordan Lewis or Anthony Brown. I think it's going to be, he's going to be competing with Maurice Kennedy as kind of that cornerback 4, right? In different packages, whether it's your dime, you know, different packages right there. That's where you're going to see Kelvin Joseph get the reps if earned. And then I don't think we're going to see Kelvin Joseph, to be honest with y'all, unless it's going to be an injury. I mean, and that's no knock to slight to Kelvin Joseph. I'm excited to see him play just like everybody else is. But I feel like right now, the way things are moving, it's kind of too late. Because I felt like if he would have jumped in the preseason, where it's like, all right, he snatched the position away from Anthony Brown. Like, he was leaps and bounds. Now, the play-wise, and from what I saw in camp, he had a much better camp than Anthony Brown. But you watch the preseason games, and then as much as Anthony Brown's been getting reps, and he's a veteran, they're not going to pull Anthony Brown. So it's really, I think that this year, unless barring injury, is going to be pretty much a red shirt season for Kelvin Joseph, unfortunately. But they're going to find ways to work him in there. So Steve, good question, man. Great segue, my guy Steve, right? So we're going to get into this. He says, what is your thoughts on our linebacker? All right, and I know Tyrone, we kind of spoke about this earlier in the chat. So I just want y'all fam to look at this. Y'all do that. Take a look at that. Take a gander while I set up the phone lines, all right? Okay, so y'all take a look at that, man. And tell me in the chat, what do y'all see when y'all look at that? What you are seeing is that Micah Parsons is much more impactful when he is coming off the edge and when he's in pass rush. So I know a lot of people, we've gone back and forth on this on my channel. I was in Big Game James, salute to Big Game James's chat. They're like, Tuck, you can't move him to DN. And this is the question I'm going to ask y'all. Would you rather have a top 5, top 10 pass rusher this year, right now, 2021, with everything going on, or would you rather have, a decent linebacker and then a future all-pro linebacker 3 to 4 years down the road? Right? And that is the conversation us Cowboys fans have to have when it comes to Micah Parsons. So what I am saying when it comes to Parsons is right now, and I know people are like, well, Tuck, what do you do when D-Law comes back? We'll figure it out. But to be honest with y'all, I don't think DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be back till damn near maybe after Thanksgiving. I don't see him just jumping back and being back. You know what I'm saying? So as of right now, if you want Micah Parsons and you want that Micah Parsons impact that we saw for those 2 straight games, you have to move him back at the edge rusher position. And how do you do it? Jabril Cox, another rookie. What do you know? What do you know? We have another rookie that we can move at linebacker and let him get accustomed, because we've been playing a lot of nickel anyways. Now, I'm not going to harp on it too much, y'all, but if you look at our linebackers across the board versus New England, they were subpar. They played poor. I know he's going to Green Bay, but LVE, played just as bad on Sunday, right? There was a lot of plays that were missed, a lot of missed tackles. I think overall, and correct me if I'm wrong, Professor O, that I think Parsons scored like overall defensive ranking was in a 30. I think that Neal was like a 35. I think that LVE was like a 36. That is not good. That is not good. And like Tyrone said, our best linebacker is Jaron Kearse. And so now you can kind of go to those big nickels and have Jaron Kearse. You can have Donovan Wilson. You can have KZ or Malik Hooker. And then you can just plug in Jabril Cox and have Micah Parsons hauling off the edge. It makes sense. It makes sense because right now I'm worried about 2021, y'all. And just look at that. He fought 71 defensive grade versus Tampa, 89 versus the Chargers. He had Justin Herbert hauling. We all saw the plays. You see what happened versus Philly, 79, and then he goes back to Middle Carolina, 49, New York, 60, and then New England, 39. And here's my problem with Micah Parsons playing linebacker. And if you watched our draft content, what you did, he's going to have to grow into being a middle linebacker. He's not the best in coverage, right? And he's really not the best with his decision making. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but I said this in draft. He has a lot of the other guy in him, right? He's just more athletic. And so misdirections he struggles with. Coverage he covers with. So there's still a lot of things when you have to look at Micah Parsons that we need to add to his game before he gets to that elite level. Now, can he grow into that? Absolutely. But as of right now, y'all, you put him off that edge and you have him chasing after Kirk Cousins. You put him off that edge. You have him coming after Pat Mahomes and Derek Carr and getting that pressure. Because once you add that amongst with what you have on the other side and Randy Gregory, our defense looks a lot different. So that's just my take, y'all. Now, do I think the Cowboys are going to do it? No. They're going to leave him at middle linebacker. But I feel like if you want the real Micah Parsons impact that had us all screaming and jumping on couches, you have to put him off the edge. And so you got to be more creative with having him coming forward and not just in the A gap, not just in the A and the B gap, off the edge, because that's where the pressure comes from. And if you go back and you watch that play where Randy Gregory knocked Mac Jones' head off, Randy Gregory was coming off the edge. And then you had Micah Parsons coming off the edge, but he also took an inside pass rush move. Mac Jones had nowhere to go. He was going to get clipped regardless, and that's what you do. When you have Micah Parsons, you have Randy Gregory, you have Osa, you could put Jabril Cox at linebacker and add Jaron Kearse at linebacker. You turn up the speed to a whole nother level that we never have at Cowboys Nation. So that's what I would do. Do I think they're going to do it, y'all? No, but I just wanted to talk about that. Yeah, Steve says LVE is not physical enough to be the difference maker. Yeah, King James LVE was pissing me off. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't want to harp on LVE too much because I think he's a great person, a great leader. But for all the people that had so much to say about the guy who went to Green Bay, that energy should be exactly the same when it comes to LVE. Now, I know one got paid and one's probably not going to be extended, but damn it, his play, he was a liability out there on Sunday. A horrible liability out there on Sunday, man. So, it's going to be interesting to see how the Cowboys move forward. But for Jabril Cox to kind of have the play he did versus New York, where he kind of, he didn't give Daniel Jones a concussion, but to see the way his closing speed was, for him to only really get one rep on Sunday, I need a lot more Jabril Cox out there, man. We need to let him go. So that's where I'm at with that. Let's see here. I'm going to turn on the phone lines, y'all. So feel free to call in, holler at your boy, man. Like I said, we're just going to chop it up, keep it real casual. Let's see here. So Jack Shiver says, okay, interesting point. Why you guys call in? Hold on. Let me see here. Let me make sure I got this. All right, good. Yeah, so feel free to call in 425-436-6361 and use the code 233-233 and press pound to holler at your boy, man. Call in, man. So Connor Williams. Now, I know yesterday, for some reason, it seems to be the conversation of what to do with the offensive line, right? Terrence Steele, hats off to Terrence Steele. He's played great in the absence of La'el Collins. But when La'el Collins comes back, La'el Collins is our starting right tackle. I know that Terrence Steele played great. He did his job. He did well. He's not Lyle Collins, y'all. He's not. And so the conversation, I guess, was shifting Lyle Collins to left guard, keeping Terrence Steele, and then maybe benching Connor Williams, or I'm not sure if they want to move Connor Williams to center. Does that make sense to any of you guys? We're 5-1. We have not yet played one single game with our starting offensive line, right? Not one. We didn't play with our starting offensive line versus Tampa because remember Zach Martin was out. Do you think the Cowboys are going to disrupt and just play musical chairs with our offensive line and break up the continuity? It's not happening. It's not happening. So I know it sounds maybe ideal in some people's minds. Me personally, it's not happening. It doesn't even make sense because you at least want to see what your starting offensive line looks like and together, especially coming off a bye week. And so, no, they're not going to disrupt and be like, all right, well, Lyle, you're coming back. I know you haven't played guard in years, but you're going to be our left guard, and still you're going to keep you out there. And then Connor Williams, we're going to play you as, like, they're not going to do all that. And think about it, y'all. Even when Lyle Collins went down with the suspension, us Cowboys fans, because we were all antsy, let's keep it a buck, we were all antsy and nervous about Terrence Steele. We were simply asking just to kick Zach Martin out the right tackle and plug Connor McGovern at right guard. That was a real simple move. And what did the Cowboys tell us? Nah, we aren't doing that. Nah, we're gonna go with Terrence Steele at right tackle. So I don't know why people think that the Cowboys are gonna play musical chairs with their offensive line while we're 5-1. They're not. What Terrence Steele is going to be is exactly what we hired and brought in Terrence Steele to be, is a depth piece. If somebody goes down, he's able to step in and fill the void. He did his job. Job done. That's it. So no, I'm not going to move Lyle Collins to left guard and bench Connor Williams, because like, as much as people harp on Connor Williams has had a decent season. And my guy Professor O said this when we were talking the other day. He's like Anthony Brown. Right, Connor Williams is the Anthony Brown of the offense. People are just so used to scapegoating Connor Williams. Even when he's playing decent, he's still the issue. You know, Connor Williams sucks. He's horrible because he did have some holding calls on Sunday. It is what it is. But Tyron Smith had some holding calls on Sunday too as well. Right. But if you look at things in a nutshell, Connor Williams is not the weak link in our offensive line. It's Tyler Biadasz. Right. Tyler Biadasz is the one that gets my blood pressure up a little bit, right? But I feel like as of right now, the Cowboys are still not going to move on from Tyler Biadasz. Though they kind of, they teetered around with the idea, they're not going to move on from Tyler Biadasz. I think Tyler Biadasz is going to be our center for the future. Just like they gave Terrence Steele a whole season last year and didn't budge. They're going to do the same with Tyler. Tyler's just going to have to evolve and get better, which I think he will, man. But they are definitely going to keep, for the first time this season, knock on wood, y'all, because, you know how things go with us, that we'll have our starting offensive line versus Minnesota. And so that's what I'm really excited to see, because we haven't gotten to see that all season, man. So that's where you have to be optimistic, Cowboys fans, is that we really haven't seen our team at full capacity. I know our offense is the number one offense in the NFL. Our defense is kind of teetered, but they're kind of 21. They're kind of middle of the road. But you haven't seen us with DeMarcus Lawrence out there at a full go. You haven't seen Neville Gallimore. You haven't seen Kelvin Joseph. We probably won't see Tristan Hill. But like, starting to get some of these players back, it's going to make a tremendous difference. And I said this on Twitter. I know a lot of people are thinking about trade ideas, but you got to think about it from the standpoint, y'all. Some of the players that we're getting back is just as equal value as a trade. Getting DeMarcus Lawrence back is going to help tremendously, as any trade would. Getting Neville Gallimore is going to help back just as much as any trade would at this point, man. So that's the things, like, you look at this roster, we got some real dogs coming back. We just got to continue to keep the trend, stay grounded, continue to move, and I think we're going to be okay. Let's see here. Rome says Connor Williams just needs to work on his holding, but he's good. Yeah, it's all hand placement. Like, you're in the trenches now. Is Connor the strongest guy? No, we all know that Connor has struggled with his strength, but as far as just being a solid, decent left guard, Connor Williams is definitely that, right? But the thing that I like the most about when it comes to this offensive line and with this coaching staff is the Cowboys realize, damn, we also got another great guard in Connor McGovern. How do we get him on the field? And they're being more creative in different ways, using different strategies to get him on the field to make a difference, whether he's lined up at fullback or like he's lined up as a tackle eligible playing tight end. Like, they're getting Connor McGovern involved some way, somehow. So I like that because they know the value in Connor McGovern. Now in the offseason, will we bring in Connor Williams? I don't know. But let's not worry about that. Let's worry about right now. And I feel like right now, Connor Williams does give us the best chance to win at left guard. You're not going to disrupt. Matt O says, if you make Collins a left guard, you are basically stuck in a three-way swap if something happens to Tyron. Left guard has to play right tackle has to move to left tackle, then do left guard. Yeah, that's way too much. It's way too much. It's way too much. And you think about it, like, let's I know the conversation Professor O is about Madden, right? Even if you try to do what the conversation is on Madden, the ratings are going to drop down drastically. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you're not accustomed to playing that position. You can't just take Lyle Collins and move him to left guard. If he's I haven't played Madden in months, but if he's like an 84, he's going to drop to like a 72 because you're playing a completely new positioning. Even though he's played it years ago, it takes you a while to kind of get your rhythm and find the rhythm. It's not as simple as just plug and play. So now I'm not a fan of shifting the offensive line. I'm ready to see our offensive line as is for moving forward as our starters. RB Nightmare says, with concerns with Naseki, should the Cowboys test C. Will at offensive tackle? He played offensive tackle in college. What is the issue in your opinion? We've been banging the desk for years, bro, about trying Connor Williams at right tackle. But once again, he hasn't done it since college. And the Cowboys are yet to experiment with that. So if they're not going to experiment with that, why would they experiment with Lyle at left guard? Like, they're just not going to do it. So I feel like the Cowboys like him where he's at. Now, we did see briefly Ty Nsekhe on Sunday. Now, I didn't get to watch it because my power cut off. Like soon as like Tyron Smith folded up, my power cut out in my house. And I was screaming. I was like, Professor O, is he good? They're like, oh no, he's limping off he's going to the, I'm like, God, Tyron Smith, right? But since Tyron Smith, he seems to be okay. Thank goodness he didn't hurt himself too much. I think that Ty Nsekhe would be decent at the left tackle position, or that might call for maybe Connor McGovern can play left tackle or play right tackle. I know that Brandon Knight for some reason didn't show up for the Ravens camp or practice today because he was called off the waivers. So I'm not sure, but I think they're going to go with Ty Nsekhe if something was to happen with Tyron. Let's hold our breath that nothing does, because that definitely changes a lot. Let's see here. I'm hearing defensive tackle Tyree Hill should be back after or Tristan Hill. Yeah, like I said, that's the hard part, because I haven't heard anything about Tristan Hill, because I know that in camp, Mike McCarthy was saying that Tristan Hill was on the furthest timeline for expected to return. I haven't heard much, but that's good to hear, because I personally like Tristan Hill, man, from what I saw last year. I know a lot of Cowboys fans are ready just to stamp the bust on Tristan Hill. Me personally, I'm not. I like what I saw in Tristan Hill. Now, here's the problem with Tristan Hill. Where are you going to fit? Where are you going to play him? I don't know. Like, I don't know where Tristan Hill really fits, especially if you do have Neville coming back ahead of that timeline. So with Tristan Hill, it's going to be an uphill battle, as they would say. But I feel like, as of right now, Osa Odighizuwa is not coming off that field. I don't give a damn who's coming back, right? So you got to have Osa out there. And then what you're going to do with Neville Gallimore, you also got Watkins, you also got Urban Bohanna. Like, we have a lot of wood in the fire when it comes to our defensive line. So I'm not really sure where Tristan Hill stands as far as the depth chart is concerned. But if he comes back, it's just an added leverage to our defense. Let's see here. We had, Matt O says Nsekhe did play fine, but it wasn't a lot of snaps. Yeah, I think it was just brief. So I think that's what they would do in case of an emergency, but let's hope that emergency does not occur. We have until week 10 to make a move with Hill. He has to be activated or cut at that point. Okay. So so we got some time. What do they do? I don't know. I think they're going to keep Tristan Hill. I don't think they would cut him, but like I said, he's on an uphill battle because he's not a Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn guy. So, and they really haven't seen him much for the few reps they got from last year. My guy Steve says, I agree, Tuck. Tristan Hill might surprise some folks. Yeah, because he had it. He was starting to rev up. You saw some nastiness from him. You saw him in the trenches last year before the injury. Now it's like, okay, but then you have the injury. There's going to be a setback. What do you really do with that? Is he that same guy? But like I said, now the key difference is you got some guys that's playing much better ahead of you that cannot come off that field by any means. And so, that's going to be the hard part. But that's part of the business, and it's one of the benefits of having depth. It really is. Like I said, it's not just like, okay, coaches always lie. If you ever play sports, they always had this little fable, right? That you can never lose your job due to injury. You can never lose your job due to injury. Bull crap, bro. You can lose your job due to injury. Trust me. Like, ask a lot of these NFL players. Like, ask Alex Smith, can you lose your job due to injury? Ask Tony Romo, can you lose your job due to injury? It happens, right? And so Tristan Hill, he might just have to fall in that category that he lost his job due to injury. Like, we got better talent out there. We have depth. As of right now, you got to get in where you fit in. So, RB Nightmare says, has Golston done enough to make you forget about Armstrong? Not forget about Armstrong, but I like what I see from Golston. Me and Professor O went back and forth about Golston out of the draft. I was team Golston. Like, I love Chauncey Golston. I'm excited from getting him, and also to kind of see what he's going to evolve into. I know a lot of people call him Baby D-Law. So that's going to be interesting to see how that all works out. But I also like Dorrance Armstrong. Dorrance Armstrong was having a great season thus far until the injury. So I won't say I've forgotten about Dorrance Armstrong. I just think that we got a lot more, weapons to utilize where defensive line. Because think about it. We got Golston. We got Anai, you have Armstrong, you have Basham, you have Randy Gregory, you have DeMarcus Lawrence, you got Micah Parsons. Like, we got a lot of edge rushers out there, man. So, I like having, because you got to think, y'all, we have 17 games plus, after that possibly. So it's like, you want to make sure that you're fresh, because not only with injuries, but with this whole COVID thing now, granted, things have fared well thus far. We've been okay, but you just never know when something can surge. So keep them all, man. That's where I'm at for this season. I know a lot of people are trade here, trade there, move this guy, move that guy. If you're not getting a player of equal impact or more, I'm not moving nobody. I'm not moving nobody for no picks for next year. I'm not moving nobody. No. If I'm going to move, let's say a Michael Gallup, I'm going to get a Michael Gallup-like impact defensively. Who could that be? I don't know. But you're going to have to give me someone that's going to be in the trenches, or maybe a top corner of that caliber. I'm not moving on from Michael Gallup for a second or third round pick or a fourth round pick. It just makes zero sense to me at this point. My God, Professor O said, I'm ready to eat crow, man. It happens, man. It happens, man. But like I said, I like what I saw from Chauncey Golston. He does have a lot of work to do before he eventually gets to that level. But from what I've seen thus far, I like his motor, I like his tenacity, and I like the way that he's able to play not only in run defense, but also in the pass rush. Maybe a possible trade, Tristan, I keep saying like Terrence Hill. Tristan Hill to the Raiders. He was a Marinelli guy. Yeah, maybe so. But sometimes you got, if you're thinking about the value of Tristan Hill, if you really want him, you might be thinking and waiting to see what happens if they do cut or release him, because they might be calling our bluff. So I don't see what's going to happen when it comes to Tristan Hill, man. Like I said, I like the kid. I like what I saw in Tristan Hill, man. And I like in just having depth. Just having depth, Cowboys Nation, is different, man, because we never had this before. Look at all and not just just defensively, all the depth pieces that we're talking about. Now, if I do have to make, I was asked this question on Twitter. If I have to make, we're pushing all our chips in, Super Bowl or bust this year, we're going all the way in, what would I do? And I would have to go with maybe the interior position, like a one tech, right? I would try to get that big, dirty, nasty defensive tackle that can have more impact. Bohanna and also Brent Urban has played well, but it's not that impact. It's not the Vita Vea type impact. It's not, the Chris Jones, like, you want that type of impact. If I'm really trying to go and push my chips all in as a Cowboys, that's what I would do. Now, where do we go to do that? I don't know. I mean, some of these bottom tier teams, they really don't have that type of guy. I know Quentin Williams is a guy that we talked about frequently on this channel and others. That would be my push, because this is what I've been saying. I don't really value this year's first round pick, y'all. Like, I really don't value the first round pick this year, because if things go as they should, we should be in the upper 25, 30 somewhere, right? And so you can always trade up and get another second, because that's pretty much the front of the second round, right? And so if you're able to move this year's first round pick and get that guy, whoever it should be, especially in the trenches, I would do it. I would do it. Now, we all know the Cowboys ain't gonna do it. Cowboys ain't gonna do it. So yeah, and there's still some other guys still out there, man. Like Professor Otis said, that you still got Geno Atkins. You're also what's his name? Email's been passed around. What's his name? Snacks Harrison. You know, there's some of those guys out there. Brian Poole. Like, there's some of those guys that's still out there remaining. But at this point, will you provide as much value? You've been sitting at home for the last 6 to 7 weeks. Like, it's not going to be instant impact. So because if other NFL teams aren't doing it, yeah, that's the name. Professor Otis mentioned it. Grady Jarrett. That's a Quinn guy. You can do Tristan Hill and 22 first and get Grady Jarrett. Let's do it. Let's do it. Press the start button for you Madden players. Press the start, accept that trade, and get on out with that, man. And you definitely got to make that move if you could. Now, will they make that move? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, man. But yeah, Grady Jarrett in this defense would be nice, right? That type of impact is what you make the trade for. Just like we did and got Amari Cooper in 18, you go get that guy defensively. We need to find our defensive Amari Cooper and really push the chips all in, because I feel like some of these other teams, you're seeing the Cardinals, what they did with Zach Ertz, right? They went and got Zach Ertz. Like, they're starting to push their chips in, and what we have right now, this needs to be an all-in season for the Dallas Cowboys, but as we know, that's really not their mindset, man, because, you know, Stephen Jones is cheap, man. So I'm going to keep the phone lines open for a little bit, man. Feel free to call in 425-436-6361 and hit the code and hit pound, man. I know everybody is wanting to chime in and holler at your boy. Like I said, it's a very, nothing playing tonight. I just want to holler at y'all, man. But let me know how y'all feel in the chat, man. How are y'all feeling about this season, man? Y'all feeling good? Are you still kind of like, I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid, as some would say, or, kind of still on the fence? Or do you actually believe that this Dallas Cowboys team is really going to make that mid-January playoff push that we've been longing for so long? Holler at me and let me know in the chat, man. Me, personally, I'm trying not to get too up, right? I feel like the second half of the season is going to show me a lot, but I don't want to get too up, man. I want to kind of keep that mindset, man, but y'all, it's hard not to get excited about what you see out there. It's really hard not to get excited, man, because like I said, the temperament, the energy, the mindset is different. It's different with this team. It's different with these players. It's different with these staff. Like, just watching how they interact, it's just different, man. And a lot of there Lone Star POV when it says that Super Bowl, man, that'd be nice, man. But I'm not gonna go that far. But does this team have what it takes to get to that level? Absolutely. So, and as long as 4 is upright, man, sky's the limit with this team. And I said this on Twitter earlier. We saw what Dak had written on his wrist wraps, right? It's like ask for help. And I feel like I said this on Twitter. Dak is playing for a higher purpose than just football, right? He lost his mother, we all know. He just lost his brother. He had the injury, right? So people got to understand, when it comes to Dak Prescott, being down by 10 in the fourth quarter is nothing. It's nothing for him. He's overcome so much. Like, honestly, man, thinking about that, man, like, honestly, me personally, and I'm a strong person, I still wouldn't be right mentally knowing about the loss of my brother. Like, it would just still bother me. But like, Dak just takes the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he continues to thrive. He continues to fight. He always has this mindset like, it's going to be okay. I'm not going to give up. And the team knows that. The players know that. If you ever play football, man, or ever played in sports, you know who's really about that life and who's kind of just capping. Like, we've all played on teams where the guys like, come on, guys, we're going to come back and get them. Like, bro, you're not going to do nothing. So why are you up here? Like, sit down. Like, you throwing 3 picks, bro. Like, stop talking about we still in this game. You're the reason we're not in the game, right? But when it comes to Dak Prescott, he is that guy where it's like, I really believe that we are going to win this game through him. I'm going in the foxhole with them. I'm going to fight. I'm going to give it my all because of my quarterback. And that's the difference. I'm not saying that Romo did not have that, but it's a different feel. It's a different feel. And I hate making a Dak versus Romo things, and a lot of people get all antsy in their emotions, but it's a different feel because, as we say, Dak Prescott is in the field. Dak Prescott, here's the thing. Dak Prescott had on a boot with the calf injury, right, the other day. What was he in the locker room doing? He was playing the laundry shooting game with Micah Parsons, putting his own money up. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't sitting off in the hot tub and getting back rubs and all the time he's the quarterback and doing different things like that. Dak Prescott, with a calf strain, boot on his foot, was playing the laundry shooting game with Micah Parsons, betting money. So he's one of them. He's one of them, and the team knows that. He's hands-on. And that was something that Dak has had since day one. He's just a person you want to be around. You can rally around. We saw that in Hard Knocks. We saw how the team felt last year when Dak went down. Now, we've had so many injuries as Cowboys fans, right? We've seen so many injuries. Name one where you saw the whole stadium, the whole team, the owners, the NFL, everyone's spirit just decompress. It's Dak Prescott, and he's just that type of person. So, you know, a lot of people underestimate that when it comes to Dak, man, but I think that is a true testament to what we're seeing right now when it comes to Dak. This team rallies around him clearly, and they're ready to go to war for their quarterback. Period. When he was on the sideline saying, this is what we do, this is what we live for, because they showed the interception that Diggs returned, and then we got hit again with the Mac Jones double move, all right? Dak was like, okay, boom, this is we're going to go. We're going to go. 19, get ready. This is what we do. This is what we thrive for. This is what we live for. And you believe that in your huddle. Mari Cooper has said something when they were practicing this offseason. They expect to score every time they touch the field. And you see that. You see that expectation. It's a lot different, man. And so kudos to Dak, man. See, my guy Mara says, every week going forward without a clapper and a swiper is a great week. Keep the charting going. Man, when is it Cowboys Nation when y'all really gonna be like, all right, Jalen's gone, we done with the guy, good riddance? You know, he's gonna be that punching bag, I guess, for Cowboys fans for quite some time, man. Because Jalen could never win with Cowboys fans. My guy Chalktown in the house says, Yeet, what's going on, bro? Special case says, facts, Jay Tuck, the only quarterback I feel the same about is Lamar Jackson right now. Yeah, and be honest with you, Lamar has it. Brady has it, Mahomes has it. You know what I'm saying? Like they just have, but those are elite quarterbacks, and that's what I've been saying. Dak Prescott belongs in that category. Now think about it. If we're playing this last year, the same game that we had on Sunday last year, and Andy Dalton's like, all right, come on guys, we got this. This is what we live for. We're going. You'd be like, man, bro. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Like it's different when Andy Dalton's talking to you versus Dak Prescott, man, because he's a elite quarterback. I'm sure when we were playing against Tampa and Tom Brady got that ball back, they knew, the crowd knew, hell, I knew they were about to drive down the field, bro. Like, you just know it because you feel it because you trust in your quarterback, right? So, RB Nightmare says the season 17 games, not 7, not 9 or 15. One game at a time, keep humble, stay hungry, and always focus. I love where we're at right now, but you got to play all those games first before even thinking about Super Bowl. Yeah, I agree. And you know what I'm saying? Like the mainstream media, they'll try to talk you into Super Bowl. Michael Irvin, love him to death. They'll talk Super Bowl and Troy. Forget all that, bro. Our focus is 1-0. Good win in New England. We have a bye week. Now it's time to get ready for the Vikings. And that's where I'm at with the two, because we've been there. We've been on win streaks. We've been, we've seen highs and the lows. Like, nah, we just got to continue ready, continue to focus. And I think the players are going to have that focus, man, and they're going to be okay. Chalk Just says Lamar doesn't have it. Let's see here. Matto. Oh, you said you tried to call in. Let me turn it back on. Hold on, Matto. Let me turn it back on. Let me see. I just turned it off. Hold on. There we go. All right, so let me turn the calling number back on for a little bit, man. I got time. Like I said, just want to chill, man. Gauge the pulse of the nation. You know, I've been playing 2K, man. I've been playing a lot of NBA 2K lately. I'm retiring from Madden, trying to become a pro NBA 2K player. All right, so call in, man. Let's see if it works. Professor O should be up and running. So let's see. But yeah, it's just the temperament with this team. Now, another thing I want to talk about, man, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this duo. You know, it's something I've been preaching. I've made so many videos, and I'm glad I don't have to make any more videos about how to involve Tony Pollard and Zeke at the same damn time, because now Kellen Moore finally gets it. But you're seeing what I've been seeing with this duo for so long. It's just a thunder and lightning aspect when it comes to this team, man, and this running back core. I mean, you're seeing what Ezekiel Elliott is able to do. You're seeing the training of the offseason pay off with Ezekiel Elliott clearly. You're also seeing, so we got a caller, man. Hold on. Let's see. Yo, Professor O, what's going on, my guy?
Tuck, what's going on, man? How's your night going?
Good, man. Just chilling, man. Just, you know, enjoying being 5-1. you know, haters are quiet. You know, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's been nice. Yeah. I have a question for you.
All
so,
right.
During your live a few minutes ago, you said you're trying not to get, you know, you're excited about the way things are going. You're taking it one game at a time. You're not really quite ready to say it's a Super Bowl team. So my question is, what do you need to see that you haven't seen yet, or what are you waiting to see more consistency of before you're ready to say, yep, this is the year?
Well, yeah.
Like what's holding you back from that?
Yeah, I mean, I think what's holding me back is not from a talent perspective of what we have. I think it's more about just historically. Like, you can't get too high, because we've seen it where, like I said, Dak and Zeke's first year, right, we was on a run. It felt like a Super Bowl, but then he runs that buzzsaw of Aaron Rodgers, right? And so I just think we just got to really just focus on one game at a time, continue to thrive, continue to push, and build off of those things. Now, some of the things that I would like to build up on, I would like to see our defense be a little bit more reliable. Right, even though they've been better from what we've seen last year, I said this, and it really comes as a testament to Sunday. Bill Belichick was the first coach to really test our run defense, right? Because we've just been assuming that, hey, our run defense is improved. It's much better because teams aren't running down our throat like they was last year. But you think about it, Tom Brady really didn't run the ball down our throat. We got lucky because Christian McCaffrey was out that game versus Carolina. Philly just completely abandoned the run game. Then you had the Giants who had Saquon get hurt early. So no one has really tested our run defense until Bill Belichick, and we saw a lot of faults, like I said, the linebacker play on Sunday. And so it's going to be interesting to see when we go and play Minnesota, what are they going to do? So that's what I'm really ready to see, is this defense really taking a step forward, or is our offense kind of just being a filter, hiding some of the issues that still remains from last season? So that's one thing I really need to see. And like I said, man, it's just continue the trend, and keeping the mindset of being one game at a time, not losing focus. But like I said, from a talent perspective, when you have the number one offense in the NFL, you're always going to be thinking, you know, a big time run. But as of right now, man, I just want to keep it level headed, because we still got to play. Here's my theory, y'all. We are going to have to go through Green Bay. So get your coats, get your hoodies, get all that prepared. To go to ultimately where we're going to have to go to, we're going to have to go through Green Bay and fight that monster in Aaron Rodgers. And so, you know, but we'll get there, man. But I'm excited about what we're seeing, man. How are you feeling, though?
Yeah, no, your answer was perfect. So the defense is what's holding me back from that. Mm-hmm. The offense, I feel like we have a Super Bowl roster. I feel like on the offensive side. Defense, we've really, the opportunistic takeaways have been the saving grace for our defense. Mm-hmm. They're better than last year, right? We're not just dreadful at defense, but we're still not really that great at defense.
Right.
If it weren't for the takeaways, I think the outcome of some of the games would be, you know, pretty drastically different. What I'm waiting for is and especially being like the train conductor of the get takeaways, turnover margin is the biggest deciding outcome or indicator of win probability that you can have. If you win the turnover margin, you win 78% of the time.
Right.
We've done that, and we're keep winning. I need to see our defense hold their own in a game where we don't get a takeaway.
That's good. Yeah.
So it's kind of funny because I'm all about that, but I need to see us because there's going to be that game eventually. You're not going to get 2+ takeaways forever, where we get 1 or none, and I need to see our defense be able to step up on their own and make plays, get third down stops, sacks, whatever it takes to do that, and we haven't really needed to yet. So that's what I'm waiting on. Once I see that, especially against a decent competition, whether that's Kansas City, the Raiders, one of the tougher teams in the schedule, I'll feel a lot more confident about our chances to actually win the Super Bowl. I do feel right now that we should easily win the division.
Right.
And we should be able to make a playoff run with our offense, but the defense is still holding me back. So I was just interested to see what your thought was, and it seems like we're kind of on the same page.
Exactly. It's just that defense, man. Because like I said, we played Tampa Bay, and though they have Tom Brady and a wide receiver core, like there's going to be more complete teams that we're going to have to face as we go through our playoff run. Like you're going to have to play, Arizona. You're going to go through the Rams. You're going to go through, Green Bay. Like those caliber teams where they can do a little bit of everything, and they have those great quarterbacks. And so, as we go through Kansas City and the Raiders and some of these other upper echelon teams, we'll kind of see what we're really about, man. So the second half of the season is going to probably tell us a lot more than our first half did. But the good thing about it is that we're going to get a lot of key pieces back, which I think is going to propel our defense forward naturally. I feel like right now we're just kind of holding up float until we can get like DeMarcus Lawrence back and Neville and some of the players that we mentioned earlier.
Right, yeah, and if we do rematch with the Bucs, what are the odds of them having 4 turnovers again? Brady doesn't do that.
Right.
That's very uncharacteristic of him. So we're going to need to be able to stop teams without just relying on getting a few takeaways.
Getting off the field. And also clean up some of these penalties, man. Because like I said, Sunday was, even though the referees was horrendous, man, some of these penalties that are stopping these drives on first down and different things like that, you cannot have that in playoffs when you're playing a high quality team such as the Bucs and who we're gonna have to go through, man. But I'm excited, man. You got to be excited about what you see. I love the fight. I love the drive. And when you have an explosive offense, man, you're always going to be in the hunt.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you having me on. I'm gonna hop off so other people can join. But
all right, appreciate you, my guy. Keep doing your thing, bro. We got another caller. Hey, caller, state your name, where you're from.
Yo, what up, J Tuck? This is Wink Marv.
What's going on?
Down here in Texas.
Hey, what's up, my guy? How you feeling, man?
Hey, man, you know me. I'm apparently the half negative guy, half glass empty.
All right. So let's talk about it, man. So what you got your glass half negative, man, or half empty?
I feel well. I'm just gonna give my overall observation. I just feel like for the defense, I feel we still need more pass rush and more. We need more, more beef in the middle. That was eye opening to see these no-name running backs for the Patriots just kind of like just. Yeah, switch cheeses up like that.
Yeah, Damian Harris, and the crazy part, I had him on the bench in my fantasy team, which I desperately needed. But yeah, and I agree, man. I think we need to rev up the pass rush a little bit more, which is why I'm so proactive of bringing Parsons back down. But also in the interior, man, we gotta get better in the interior because I feel like if you're sitting back from the standpoint of watching the film versus the Patriots, right? If I am the Minnesota Vikings, I'm going to Dalvin Cook, and I'm going to try to break this defense with the run game, and then I'm going to utilize Jefferson and Thielen to get those opportunities, man. So, yeah, I agree with the with the run defense.
I'm just saying, like, long terms, and we don't have to go out and get a superstar.
Right.
But, I mean, we can pick up, like, a Michael Bennett type, a Malik Collins type.
Right.
When Malik Collins was here, he was hurt, but when he was playing,
right,
he was guaranteed to give you 5 or 6 sacks every year.
Right.
Michael Bennett come in for a cup of coffee. He put up 5 sacks and it was like less than wasn't in a full season. So we can find somebody, mid-level, something like that. Mm-hmm. But another thing is if our record is still like a winning one where we pretty much like 1 or 2 seed in the NFC, you're gonna look at these bottom feeding teams of free agents. They're gonna want to jump on boards a winner. You know, so somebody to get it cut, they like, I want to go to a contender. So, you know, it might be some people start ringing the horn, you know, Jerry's horn, and say, you know, let me jump on board, let me get a little shine with the Cowboys, and then jump up to another contract next year or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right. I agree, man. And that's the benefits of winning. Because like I've been saying this, a lot of Cowboys fans got mad at me, bro. When I said this past all season, is like, we haven't been a consistent winner enough where we can get those caliber players for cheap, for the low, because they want to come to the Cowboys just to get a ring. Like the exposure and all that stuff, it sounds good. But these teams, if you have an opportunity to kind of get a 1-year deal and compete, you're going to go to Kansas City. You're going to go to the Bucks. You're going to go to these other teams. But once we get to the level where we're consistently winning again and players around the league feel that, you're going to start getting these players to come in for these cheap, you know, $500,000 deal, 1-year deals just to play a part of Dallas, man. So winning kind of, you know, fixes all, as they say.
Yeah, because I think they like the coaches over here. I think people like playing for Quinn. They don't mind playing for McCarthy. Mm-hmm. I think there was a little bit of problem when Garrett was here. I don't really think a lot of players wanted to come and play for the Cowboys right at that particular time. Mm-hmm. So, you know, now we got them guys turned out of here. You know, things are looking up forward, but like you said, we got to stay more consistent. Yeah. Do we know if Gallup is coming back?
So I think that from what I'm hearing, that Gallup will return back to practice after the bye. So that's what I'm hearing. So
will he be playing in the Vikings game?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the expectation is that he will be playing the Vikings game. So I think that he will be back after the bye, eligible for practice. We already have Boss Man McKeon back. And I think Gallimore, from what I'm hearing, is going to be delayed still. So he might be that's the November 7th game versus the Broncos. He might be eligible for that game to come back. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at I'm not going to look too far ahead. I'm just going to look one game at a time.
Right.
I think the way that we won this game has boosted a lot of confidence for these young guys. And the fact that we played Minnesota last year in Minnesota and we beat them there.
Right.
With the trash defense that we had last year.
And a backup quarterback.
That's got to boost confidence too.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and we didn't have Dak, correct?
Right.
So yeah. I'm predicting. I'm not gonna predict it, but I'm seeing a win, another win in Minnesota, and I think it's gonna be Pollard might break off. It's gonna be one of them Pollard kind of games, man. Mm-hmm. They're gonna wear him down in the second half. He might break off a 30-40 run. To kind of like, seal the deal for the Cowboys.
Yeah. And here's what I've been saying, man, about having an explosive offense. When you have an explosive offense, you force teams to get out of character. I mean, you see like teams when they play Kansas City, like, like, oh man, we got to go for it because if they get the ball back, they're going to score. So you're starting to see teams when they play us, they get out of character because they know that at any moment this offense can strike, man. So we just got to keep that up, keep it, our foot on the league's neck, man. And I feel like as we see the second half of the season, things are going to start opening up. And as we get DeMarcus Lawrence back, and like, as I said, with some of these other defensive players, it's going to help our defense move forward. Because we've been saying, we just need a top 15. If you give me a top 15 defense, I think we're right now, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, we're at 21. Give me 14 to 15, but continue to getting the turnovers at the rate that we're doing, we're going to be more than fine. So it's just keeping up the trend, man, not getting too eager, and we're going to be all right.
That's because our identity is changing. For a long time, we was conservative Cowboys. They conservative. I don't think we would have won with the Clapper at the head coach. I don't think we would have won that game.
And that's what I'm saying. When people understand that you cannot look at this team and say the identity is the same from this year versus any Garrett team. Like it feels like football, man. Like even if you watch the players interact just off the field, it feels like football. You know what I'm saying? Like there is no chance in hell Jason Garrett will allow Amari Cooper to be on Instagram Live betting money. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just cut from that corporate type of mentality where you're actually seeing Amari Cooper kind of step out of his shell and become a different Amari Cooper. Like, damn, I didn't know Amari Cooper talked that much. I didn't know he's damn near antagonizer, kind of damn near locker room bully. But you're seeing him be himself and Mike McCarthy being comfortable with that. And so it's a testament to Mike McCarthy.
The coaches are more relatable.
Right, it's more relatable.
The coaches are more relatable.
Right, because you think about it, man.
Quinn is like one of the guys.
Exactly. Dan Quinn, exactly, bro. Exactly. He's like one of the guys. You know what I'm saying? Like he got on the damn helmet. He's out there. You know what I'm saying? Like so you feel like he's a part of you, and you play harder for people like that, man. Trust me. So.
And McCarthy, he makes every player feel like important.
Right.
I mean, how you see in the breakdowns after the game, he got C.J. Gooden breaking down the team.
Right.
A week before that, Jay Lou.
Right.
A week before that, somebody else. Everybody still part of the team.
Right.
So they feel engaged and they want to make a play. They want to feel like they're important. So all that's playing a part too.
Right.
J. Ryan Curse. Oh
right. Even by changing the team captain on a weekly basis, like those little things matter. You know what I'm saying? You might not get the most reps, but it feels like, okay, I went out of practice this week and I earned my stripes, and this week I'm going to be the team captain. And so you feel more entitled to go out there and play your hardest, man. So I like what I see from Mike McCarthy. Like I said, are there some things he can clean up? Absolutely. But as of right now, I got no really true complaints, man, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And the last thing, man, it was great to see you with your family, and I guess with your moms at the Giants game.
Yeah, man. So having a good time.
That was good to see that.
Yeah, man.
You coming to any more games?
Yeah, so I'll be at the November 7th game. So it's the Broncos. Well, actually, so every game in November, y'all, I'll be at. So I'll be at the Broncos, Falcons, Chiefs here in Kansas City, and then Raiders for Thanksgiving, man. So if y'all see me out there, man, definitely stop by and say what's up, man. But I'm having a blast out there at those games, man. And like I said, it's much easier, especially when we're winning too.
So I'm circling 3 games. I'm Kansas City, Oakland, and Arizona. That's why I want to see where this team is at. Right.
We're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see, because those teams got some explosive firepower, and we'll see how we match it when they got guns too. So it's gonna be fun, man. Like I said, I'm excited for the second half of the season, man. And we gotta stay healthy, of course, and just keep our head down, forward momentum, not get too high. But I like the temperament that I see with this team.
Yes, sir.
All right, my guy. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, keep doing your thing, bro. I appreciate all the support. And like I said, man, we'll link up one time, and we'll definitely continue this trend, man.
All right, man. I'll see you up on Twitter. If not, I'll try to get up, get on one of these games. Probably next season for me, because I got a lot going on.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we'll link up for sure.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you, my guy.
All right, take it easy.
All right, peace. All right, y'all. So, hey, man, I appreciate everyone for tuning in, man. It's like I said, comment, like. Let me put that back on the screen here. You know what I'm saying? Let me put that back up here. Y'all need to hit that damn like button. This channel never shows up in my feed, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to me, man. Listen to 1988. Y'all need to hit that damn like button. This channel never shows up in my feed, man. So I appreciate all the support, man. I appreciate everyone for calling in. Everyone who follows me on Twitter, at JTuck151. Also the YouTube channel, of course. Comment, like, subscribe, Cowboys Fans Only, and also CowboysFansOnly.com, man. I'm still cooking up some gear, man. I know I promised you I was going to have the store restocked this past weekend. I was creating some stuff. I was like, nah, that's not dope, bro. And when I create clothing, y'all, I'm more like an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I created that Parsons shirt, I had the Ciroc flowing, I had the lights going, the music blasting, and I was in my element, man, and I just felt it. I felt like this is what I wanted to create, man. I just haven't gotten there yet, so I don't want to drop out anything bogus and be like, oh yeah, here's the new Trayvon Diggs shirt, go get that. And I'm like, nah, that's kind of whack, bro. So, it's good things come to those who wait, man, but I'm starting to cook a little bit and get some ideas flowing, so I'm definitely going to stock the store, man. But I appreciate all of y'all's support, man. My Star Gang family, they're about to go live here, I believe, like in 10 minutes, so definitely go over to the Star Gang podcast on YouTube or also on Facebook. Go and chime in there, man. But it's a bye week, we're just kicking back, but I appreciate all the support, man. So I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged.